Hello students, welcome to Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College. Today we are going to start with the fourth part of first chapter, Introduction of Microeconomics and Macroeconomics. Today we are going to learn about the features and importance of macroeconomics. As we had already learned meaning, definition and scope of macroeconomics, now in this presentation we had divided the presentation into the two parts by two topics, that is features of macroeconomics and importance of macroeconomics. So first we are going to start with the features of macroeconomics. First feature of macroeconomics is study of aggregates. Macroeconomics deals with the study of economy as a whole. This thing we had learned even though in the meaning part also, that macroeconomy, it deals with or it study about the economy as a whole. It's not like microeconomics which study about the individual units. So once again I am telling that macroeconomics deals with the study of whole economy, concerned with the aggregates concept, that is the overall concept, whole concept, such as national income, national output, national employment, general price level, business cycles, etc. It is concerned or it studies about the concept of overall national income, that is income of a country, national output, national employment level, what are the general price level, inflation, deflation, business cycle, boom period, recession period or recovery period. So it studies about this concept but not at an individual level, it studies at a national level or at an economy level. Second feature is income theory. Macroeconomics studies the concept of national income, its different elements, methods of measurement and social accounting. There is the requirement to study about the national income and its composition because it provides the long-term understanding about the growth of an economy. So that's why macroeconomics studies about the national income and its different elements. Macroeconomics deals with aggregate demand and aggregate supply. Macroeconomics doesn't deal with the single demand of a single individual person. It studies or it deals with the overall demand and overall supply. It explains the causes of fluctuations in the national income that leads to business cycles, that is the inflation and deflation, which increases the price level and decreases the price level. Third feature is general equilibrium analysis. Macroeconomics deals with the behavior of large aggregates and their functional relationship. General equilibrium deals with the behavior of demand, supply and prices in the whole economy. It means they are going to study about the what is the situation of demand, supply and the price in the whole economy. Fourth feature is interdependence. Macro analysis takes into account interdependence between aggregate economic variables such as income, output, employment, investment, price level, etc. That is macroeconomic studies about the how there is the interdependence between the economic variables of income, output, employment, investment, price level, etc. As there will be income, then only there will be the investment, and when there will be employment, then only you will able to generate income. Example, changes in the level of investment will finally result into changes in the level of income, level of output, employment, and eventually the level of economic growth. So if there is a change in one variable, automatically it will affect to the other variables of macroeconomics. Fifth feature is lumping method. Lumping method is the study of the whole economy rather than its part. Student, did you remember in microeconomics feature we got one feature known as the slicing method. Slicing method, it means we are going to study by dividing the things into the smaller units. But here in the macroeconomic, the feature is lumping method, which says that study of whole economy rather than its part. So it's totally opposite to that slicing method. According to Professor Balding, forest is an aggregation of trees, but it doesn't reveal the properties of individual tree. It means forest is having the many trees, but it doesn't give the property of individual tree. This reveals the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. So next feature is the growth models. Macroeconomic studies various factors that contribute to the economic growth and development. As we had learned in 11th standard also about the economic growth and development, that how economic growth and development is necessary for overall economy of the country. It is useful in developing growth models. There are the various theories, some are the classical theories, which is given in the form of models, which helps to study more about the economic growth and development. These growth models are used for studying economic developments. Example, Mahalanobis growth model emphasized on basic heavy industries. It means it's a one of the theory. Mahalanobis theory is there, which has given more weightage on the industry, that how there will be the more development in the industry, what are the changes should be taken place in the industries so that there will be the more growth and development in the country. So next feature is general price level. Determination and changes in price level are studied in macroeconomics. Now what is the general price level? General price level is the average of all prices of goods and services currently being produced in the economy. So that's why it is necessary to study the price level of all the goods and services so that we can easily determine and make any of the changes in the general price level. Next feature is policy oriented. According to Keynes, macroeconomics is a policy oriented science. It suggests suitable economic policies to promote economic growth, generate employment, control of inflation, deflation, etc. So students, here we had completed first part, that is the features of macroeconomics, where we had learned 8 features of macroeconomics. Prepare it well, all the features. So student, now we are going to start with the second part of this presentation, that is the importance of macroeconomics, and in that the first point is functioning of an economy. Functioning of an economy will tell us how we have to function our economy. So macroeconomics analyzes gives us an idea of the functioning of an economic system. So it studies and given us an idea how we have to function our economic system. It also helps us to understand the behavior pattern of aggregative variables in a large and complex economic system. So here there are the various variables, and macroeconomics helps us to study that various variables in our large and complex economic system. Second importance is economic fluctuations. Macroeconomics helps to analyze the causes of fluctuations in income, output and employment, that how it is going to affect to the income of overall economy if there will be suddenly changes in the employment level of the economy. As we had studied earlier also, that it all are interdependent on each other. Macroeconomics makes an attempt to control them and reduce their severity. It means it tries to help to control the fluctuation of income, output and employment, so that we should able to achieve success in our economy. Third importance is national income. Study of macroeconomics has brought forward the immense importance of the study of national income and social accounts. So your national income study is very important, as it will help to know overall what is the situation, financial situation of our country, of our economy. Without the study of national income, it is not possible to formulate correct economic policies. There are the various economic policies, which may be the monetary policy, fiscal policy, taxation policy. So without doing the study of national income, we cannot formulate any of the economic policies. Fourth point is economic development. Advanced studies in macroeconomics helps to understand the problems of developing countries, such as poverty, inequalities in income and wealth, differences in the standard of living of the people, etc. So whenever we had done more studies about the macroeconomics, it made us understand that what is the problem of the developing countries like India, where we are facing the problem of poverty. There is inequalities in income and wealth, and there is the differences in the standard of living of the people, as the rich people have the different standard of living and the poor people is having the different standard of living. And because people are not getting the employment opportunity, so more people are becoming more poor, and there is the poverty in our country. It suggests important steps to achieve economic development. Fifth point is performance of an economy. Macroeconomy helps us to analyze the performance of an economy. So when we had studied about the macroeconomy, that is overall economy of a country as a whole, then only we came to know what is the performance of our country or of our economy. National income estimates are used to measure the performance of an economy over time by comparing the production of goods and services in one period with that of other period. It means we can compare the national income from one year to the another year, so that we can come to know what are the increased level or decreased level in our national income, or whether there is some improvement in our economy or not improved in our economy. Next point is study of macroeconomics variables. To understand the working of an economy, study of macroeconomics variables are important. Main economic problems are related to economic variables such as behavior of total income, output, employment, and general price level in the economy. So it is very important to study about all these variables, then only we will able to study properly about the macroeconomics or about the whole economy. Next point is level of employment. Macroeconomics helps to analyze the general level of employment and output in an economy. So macroeconomics helps to study about the general level of employment in our economy as well as the output in our economy. So which helps to increase overall the economy of our country. So students, we had here completed with the importance of macroeconomics, that is all the 7 point of the importance of macroeconomics. Thank you students.